Peace. RaReKaBaMystics here, and we're here to discuss the winter solstice and the Saturn conjunction, and forward to the hibernation season into the 2020 collective modern year, alongside the ancient 2013 year. Okay. So on the 21st of December, we have Sol in Sagittarius, freshly in Sagittarius, came out of Ophiuchus on the 20th. I'll say 19th, but yeah. And you know, Sol is known commonly as the sun. Sol is the sun's ancient name, and the sun represents your action, your chi, the lessons your father has bestowed upon thee, your vitality, how you grow, okay, how you get to know. And it being in Sagittarius in his first degrees out of Ophiuchus. And Ophiuchus, you know, is important to talk on. It's that sign that hasn't been accredited much, and it still is being shown as no, it's not a real sign, it's not really part of the zodiac. But this is the sun, because the zodiac is made up of the constellations in which the sun passes through in its ecliptic line, which is more of us moving through it, you know. But now everything is moving alongside the Milky Way, and Ophiuchus actually is in the center of the Milky Way. So we're all moving towards that center, all the planets and all the galaxies, you know, at least in our galaxy. And so it's important to take note of Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is that, what can I say? It's a lot of things. It's the deep, dark, seated of all things, good, bad, and indifferent. Ophiuchus has a lot of power, encompasses a lot of energy. Depends on how you use it. It's supported by many other galaxies. And it has its light and its dark side naturally. When used for its light attribute, it can be very mending. It helps you look at your spirit energy, helps you tap into your dream reality, help you tap into your understanding, your outer consciousness, your otherworldly or other realmly connections, affiliations, alignment. In its dark attribute, it's very power hungry, money hungry, uses spiritual energy to control and manipulate. Okay. which is all forms of spiritual understanding, arts, for malpractice, or let's say malice. Okay, but they're still saying that the soldier especially came out of Ophiuchus. Okay, how were you using the last few days? It came into Ophiuchus on the 1st of December, so the last 20 days. What were your actions like? What was your fatherly instincts like? This day on the 21st of December, we have Luna in Aquarius. But before we move on to that, let's talk about Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the goal-getter, the traveler, the wanderer, the philosophical one, the moral, the integral. It's all that because it's come from the Ophiuchus. It's already past the Ophiuchus line. It either has aligned itself to high or low, and that being philosophical and being a go-getter, being a traveler can be either high or low. You know, depend on which way you take those actions. Okay, Sagittarius is a fire sign, where Ophiuchus encompasses all the elements. So we call it ether. And it squeezes in right between the 8th and the 9th house. So we can call it 9 ether. And it is a deep dark. And 9 ether is an association to melanin. And that is a deep dark. So yeah, call it 9 ether. And on this day, the 21st again on December, we have Luna in Aquarius, and Luna is the lessons your mother has for you, your emotions, what are you feeling, what are you thinking, your mental patterns. And remember always, not all thought forms are your own. Check them as they come through. Is it truly you? Seeing in Aquarius, Aquarius being that genius, that spontaneous one, it's that air and water energy, because it is an air sign, but it's that water bearer. As so it's depicted in the skies, connotations in that. And it has a stigma for being detached or aloof, the energy. And in social settings it can be, anyways, very social, and then can be very detached as well to themselves. And yes, I always appreciate that quality, because it's very important to understand that we are all interdependent. Appreciate the oneness and the being together, but we also must first understand and appreciate the oneness within self first, and understand and feel comfortable in holding that down together. Okay. So the sun is the sun, soul in Sagittarius, and Sin and Luna in Aquarius. We have fire in actions in how we deal with ourselves in social settings and the social settings. And on that day, anciently, and when I say anciently, I'm talking Coptically, we are in a 4th month, the new year within September, the 11th. And we're in a 2013 year, which is kicked off 2013, September 11th. Before that, it was 2012, the real 2012. Yes, that's when all the shit really did kick off. / 2020, the cover up 1 year, but whatever, you know. And so we add the 21 with the 4 and the 6 for even the 2013 year, and then a 21 plus 12 in the modern, it being a 12 month, and the 4th year. We add that together and whittles down to a 5. It's a 5 energy, and 5 is all about changing and stepping away from the status quo, not following but leading, being adventurous, moving, actions of learning, growing. Okay. And also the modern 2021 is coming up, and is also a 5 vibration, which you're going to see a lot more of that 5 energy. So we have Jupiter conjuncting Saturn in Sagittarius on this the 21st of December. Okay. On the winter solstice, we're in the shadow phases of the full moon on the 30th. Very, very early shadow phases, but you know, sensitive ones will feel it. And the full moon is in Gemini. Hashtag 13 Science Ideal Astrology. Okay. We also have Venus going to be conjuncting Antares this week. And the message I got about this winter solstice, you know, where the soul stands still, the soul of our galaxy stands still for a few minutes into the season of hibernation and regeneration. Hibernation to regenerate, you know. Time to make plans, to structure, so you can hit the mark as Sagittarius does. Okay? Time to make those plans and go within and do less, at the same time doing more, whenever and wherever necessary. The message is there'll be an influx of energy towards you, ascertaining your unique purpose in life, realizing the spirituality of all things first, then the physical materialization thereafter. This will play out as a trickle effect throughout the winter season. You'll be asked to face all circumstances head on without fear or prejudice. When you hibernate, think constructively about what you want to regenerate. Okay. And I wanted to make a note about the Venus conjuncting Antares, and I'll find out the date for that. That's on the 22nd. Venus conjunct Antares. And it's north of Antares, about 5.7 degrees I have here. And that conjunction speaks of us embracing our lower nature and bringing it up a level to meet the balance scale point. Okay? We all have a shadow self, and Althika season helps us check that, realize that, see how dark it can get in introspectively and outrospectively, if that's even a thing. Extrospectively, I don't know. But you know, like internally and externally, see how dark life can get. And it's important to check that and bring it to balance in whichever way you're guided. Not following, not expecting, but moving, learning, growing. And leading, of course. Jupiter is that sign of expansion, you know, it's a benevolent, the most benevolent planet. You know, gives you good fortune, helps you expand your viewpoint. You know, it is also ruler of Sagittarius and anciently Pisces. So it has a lot of compassion, it has a lot to give. It's the biggest planet. Minus Saturn in its rings, you know, but it's huge. And it's airy, it's gassy, but it has a lot to give. Okay, and it's not, it doesn't allow itself to be spread thin. It's generous for a time. So you know that transit is there for a minute and then moves along. With Saturn, you know, the one that makes helps you realize where you have things to work on. Helps you realize that you have things to work on. You're not just here to play in school. Okay, enjoy, yes, most definitely, but also do your work. You have to find out your assignment. What is your purpose? Where do you see limitations? Where do you feel restrictions? What do you want to build long-standing? What are you here to build long-standing? Okay. Again, in Sagittarius, the higher mind. Understanding the higher mind even, because again, when you come out of Orpheus, the Sagittarius can either be very high or very low, and I mean, and that's just not because you're coming out of Orpheus. All signs, all things has a high and a low, a left and a right, a yin and a yang polarity, you know. But with the Orpheus energy, it has a lot of understanding of the higher mind, of what the higher mind knows, pertains, is about. Is able to tap in. So tap in. Where the soul is in Sagittarius until January the 20th. So we have a whole good old time to play this fire energy of passion and action and understanding the self and why the self has realized and materialized in this time. What changes needs to be made, how are we going to make it. Okay, we have a lot going on externally anyways, so it's a must we start internally. so we can have a better grasp of the external. Don't allow the external to move you further than the internal. Move from the internal first. Get sure that the internal is well oiled and in good standing, in good order, and we'll be good. I thought I might pull some cards. I got here the Ascension deck from Diana Cooper, and we have, oh yes, Master Marko. Master Marko represents the highest galactic confederation of the solar system, the capital of which is on Saturn. He liaises with Commander Ashtar of the Intergalactic Fleet to bring us the wisdom and knowledge held by stellar cultures. He also assists Hilaron on the fifth ray of technology, science, and knowledge to enable people to expand their higher mental abilities and develop spiritual technology for the future. Your guidance is to open your mind to communications and connections from other star systems and universes. Oh, what a sentence. Your guidance is to open your mind to communications and connections from other star systems and universes, and ask Master Marko to assist and protect you. And the affirmation is, I am open to wisdom from the stars. Yes. And Master Marko is, again, represents the highest galactic confederation of the solar system, and the capital of which is on Saturn. The highest galactic confederation of our solar system, of which the capital is in Saturn. Okay? Yes, indeed. Saturn's ruling things. Saturn is his granddaddy, you know. It helps you sit down and give you a good time to grow up and have your fun and play in school. Okay, that's why we should never rush our younger years, and don't allow people to rush children to grow up. Let them be, enjoy, carefree, because there's a lot to do thereafter. I'm sure we are more adults than we are children. We are longer adults than children, you know. Okay, this is the Purpose deck from Diana Cooper. Well, no, Story Inventory. It's not. Okay, this one here. Right in. It says, you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with your words. With the words you write. So yes, we should definitely do some writing. Write your thoughts, write your feelings. On this solstice is always a great time to write a gratitude list. Just sit down and write what you're happy for, what you give thanks for, so more of that can be bestowed upon you. You know, the more that you do give thanks for these things, anything, is the more of that will appear in your world. Remember, whatever you fuel, whatever you think about, you fuel, in fact. Okay, so this is the wisdom of the hidden realms. Thanks. We have the well watcher. It says wisdom and power of the divine. Yes, in the knowing, taking time with yourself. Number 7, taking time with yourself always breeds in a knowing and divine knowing. Okay, we can all tap in if you're tapped in, you know. Take time to realize. Master Marko is 47. 11. 7-11. 7-11. Okay. Let's see here. This is the messages from the angels by Story Virtue, which is the same as the last purpose that I didn't mention. I did. Oh, lovely. We got Shanti. It says, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. Yes. Seek peace and peace will seek you. Okay, we all deserve peace. If you ask for it, that's what you shall get. Sometimes it takes you realizing what peace is not. But we'll get there, okay? Keep keep fueling that. Right? Okay, let's get some tarot. This is the African American tarot, which I just popped up. Let's see what's up. The 7 of Wands. Oh, but it kind of flipped out in reverse. Okay, so sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do the reverse one. It came to me that I should read it as a reverse. And, you know, the 7 of Wands is usually, you know, being standoffish, like, you know, keeping your guard up and fighting off actual, you know, adversaries and stuff. And in this depiction, I love that, you know, it's like it's cheating death. This child is like, nah, I got this, don't watch that. But in reverse, it's like there's no need. You have already cheated death. You don't have to stand off anymore. You don't have to feel a way about, oh, well, you have to stick to the group's ways of doing things. You are now free to do what you need to do, what you want to do, what you feel is right to do, what is in your highest good. Because, you know, Jupiter blesses those who are a blessing to all. Okay? Not just to the few and not just to themselves. And Saturn wants you to be on purpose, whatever it is. Okay, so get on purpose primarily. And remember, Sagittarius is high or low, so there will always be lessons. Be mindful of how you move. Now back to the 7 of Wands. You no longer have to be standoffish everywhere. Learn your lessons, know when to hold back though. Okay, boundaries and all that is necessary. I want to look underneath the decks. We have Mother Mary's Aquamarine for the Ascension cards. And Lord Kafumi wanted to show up. We have Justice for the Purpose deck. And the Spirit Whisperer, which is divine guidance and higher knowing. Again, the divine connection. And with the messages from the angels, we have Archangel Raphael. Okay. And the King of Pentacles with the tarot. And so, even with just messages with the tarot, the back of the deck, longevity, okay, is important. And although the planets Jupiter and Saturn have been in Sagittarius for some time, they just moved into Capricorn. Okay, and that means Saturn is home. Okay, like we're gonna see what's really been good lately around the material realm. You know, Capricorn is a devil card in the tarot, and a lot of Capricorn probably get upset and feel like, oh, like what the hell. But the devil just means what you've been obsessing about. What is something that you've been on hardcore, and is it really for you? Because sometimes we can get stuck on things that isn't really truly for our highest good, but we don't realize, or we don't want to let go of it, or however, whatever. And it's important to take time to check it. And not beat yourself up about it, but take time and realize how you're going to move in spite of it. So longevity, what do you need in the long run? What do you want in the long run? With the King of Pentacles, you know, for you to be stable in this earth realm, your purpose is always the way forward. And that is the lesson that Saturn in Capricorn has for you here. A lot of people go out looking for all kinds of things to satisfy their Capricorn side, for ambition and their ambitions, and you know how they want to materialize, and what they want to materialize in the world. And they do it in all kinds of ways, all kinds of scrupulous ways at times. And really, in the long run, it doesn't serve them. They do feel like they have to be cheating death on a regular basis, even though they got all the things that they thought and think they want. Okay? For some, that's the case. For others, you have cheated death. And it's not for the lack of things or the want of things, but for peace. Okay? For your connections with your higher self, your inner knowing, your inner wisdom, understanding that you have healed. With Archangel Raphael underneath the deck here, you have healed. Okay, you have divine guidance, and you have divine knowing. Spirit Whisperer here. And there is justice for you in that. It says your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help in regards to the writing. You writing your gratitude list, and could even bring about a reason for writing. Well, it'll be great for you to write, even generally, not just your gratitude list. But I wanted to remind you of that. That's probably why I fumbled on that. But yes, do write your gratitude list on the summer solstice, on the winter solstice. It's a great thing, great ritual to do. Okay, start the hibernation season, the undergrowth, the start of the year, really truly for the seasonal calendar, with a thanks for what is past and what is now and what will come. So your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. Writing. Writing not just your gratitude list, but writing as a form of inspiration. With the divine guidance and the divine knowing that you get, the sense of peace that you get, create, write, communicate, share that with another. Be in nature, go out and search the stars, look at the stars, research the stars, you know. Definitely they bestow, we have even the minor Leo meteor shower on the 20th. Okay, and underneath the deck for the Master Marko, we have Mother Mary's aquamarine mantle. And it says, the wondrous universal angel Mary radiates her high frequency aquamarine light throughout the universes. She spreads compassion, empathy, kindness, healing, and love. Mother Mary suggests you open your heart and offer everyone who touches your path these high qualities, and she will grace you by placing her aquamarine mantle in your aura. You are reminded that there is only love, so there is nothing to forgive. As you wear this mantle, you become a force for healing and light, and the angels will sing blessings over you. The affirmation is, I will wear Mother Mary's mantle of love and enfold others in it. Beautiful. And Lord Kafumi is the world teacher. In his carnation as Saint Francis, Shah Jahan, who built the Taj Mahal, and Melchior, one of the wise men, Lord Kafumi practiced harmlessness, love, and wisdom. These energies are encapsulated in this card, so you are encouraged to spread knowledge and spiritual truths to others with humility and inspiration. Be ready to learn, for Lord Kafumi is drawing your attention to something important. He is a member of the Brotherhood of the Golden Robe, those who take in and transmute the pain of the world. So if you are sensitive to energies, ask him to wrap you in his light. The affirmation is, I am open to learning and teaching. Yes, so definitely writing is a thing right now for those of you watching. Writing your thoughts and feelings, you know, your connections to the stellar gateways, to the angels, to the ascended masters, you know, to the divine, to nature. Okay, we're talking about Capricorn and the energy, you know, of the devil and people shunning it. But again, it's just about the earthly things, the tangible things. And we are on earth, we're here to play. The only reason that gets a bad rep is because we become off balance. And likewise, you know, as a Piscean, I'm not fully a Piscean, but Pisces is heavy in my chart. We can sometimes be too much in the spirit, and that's also an off balance, and it can be lopsided. That Libra side of me really helps to keep the balance, and it's helped me learn to keep the balance, you know, because with our chart, it's a learning curve. We are not just our sign, but we are, but it takes time for us once we've realized our true signs most of the time, how we either are a detriment or arise for its characteristics. I'm just shuffling here, excuse me. So yes, good time as I go roll, as long as we stay on board with our divine guidance. You know, we have a lot of 7 energy again there. 7 of Wands, 47, and 7 there. That's 10 there. 3, 52. That's a 7 there. Yeah, so spirituality, reflection, contemplation is very much necessary going forward. I remember the message is there will be an influx of energy towards you, ascertaining your unique purpose in life, realizing the spirituality of all things first, then the physical materialization. This will play out as a trickle effect throughout the winter season. You will be asked to face all circumstances head on without fear or prejudice. When you hibernate, think constructively about what you want to regenerate. Okay? And if it seems a bit ambiguous and a bit like, you know, it is general because everybody's dealing with different things. But we all know that everything is spirit first and matter after. But you must realize that in all aspects, we're looking at life in a holistic, in a standing. Like there are some things that's even going on with myself that in some aspects is unfathomable, it's inexplicable, or it's inexplainable. Okay, but it's real. Okay, so we have to look at life in a holistic viewpoint. That's what 2020 was going to help us realize, and it's going to help us to get to the real 2020, you know. But even still, it's about seeing the full spectrum of life. Spirit first and matter after. That's what all those 7s are about. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy and I hope it edifies you, this information. If it does, please do, do the social things that's necessary. Is it like, comment, and subscribe? I mean, I know it, but it's just a bit like that. I appreciate that, we can get more people to see. It helps with the algorithms and that. So I appreciate that, and do share it if you like with someone that you feel will also be edified by the information. And also donations are very much appreciated if you would like, and reach out if you would like a private talk about the stars for you, the guidance that I can give you through my assistance. I work with the Council of 12. I work with Ascended Masters, and I work with my higher self and archangels. And I'm just excuse me, I just had a long smoke break, right? And I just had a spliff, and I'm off on another one. But I give thanks and much peace, love, and joy. Until the next one.